Can continue from where we stopped.
Welcome back, Mr. Barry.
Thank you.
Please be reminded you're still on the oath. Before we went on the break, we were about to get into the sale of the second class of assets. Those are the vehicles that were also sold. When did the sale for the vehicles start?
The vehicles.
Yes.
From the document here is saying the valuation was these vehicles were advertised in the local papers effective 11 September. Exactly
11
6 years
September
ago.
2019?
2019.
Exactly 6 years ago today.
Exactly.
All right. So how many vehicles were sold in total?
So in this first one, it says 5 vehicles,
Okay.
and the second one, it says 4 vehicles. And then the third page is also 4 vehicles.
That makes it 13 vehicles in total.
So 4 and 4, 8, and 5, yes, 13.
13 vehicles in total.
Mhm.
All right. So they were not all sold at once, were they?
Yes, they were in different locations and owned by different parties.
All right. So let's go to the first set of vehicles that were sold.
Okay, shall I take you through the report?
Before we go through the list of the vehicles and the sale price, you had conducted a valuation of these vehicles, correct?
Yes.
Who exactly conducted the valuation for you?
If I read the report, I think it will cover most of your questions.
All right. You can read the report then.
All right. 5 commissioned vehicles. We received the mandate and clearance from the Office of the AG to sell 5 vehicles to the public. An inventory of these vehicles was signed by Augustus Prom and AG's office at AG's office. The vehicles were parked, assessed, and valued by Cooker and Sons, situated at Kololi. The valuation was used as a basis for the reserve price. These vehicles were advertised in the local newspapers, Point, Standard, and Fourier, effective 11 September 2019, with a deadline of 19 September 2019 at 5 p.m. Bid results and evaluation. The trustee team collected the sealed bids from Cooker at 5 p.m., where all the bids were submitted in line with the adverts. The receiver trustee opened the bids and announced the amounts to the team, which was duly collated. We received 20 bids from 11 bidders. Bids were received from all the above vehicles except the Range Rover. Nissan Pathfinder, the reserve price was $400,000, and the highest bid was $657,000, and the successful bidder was Abdullah M. Ture. Nissan Pathfinder, also valued at $400,000. The highest bid was $550,000, and the successful bidder was Foresight Chartered Accountants. Kia Sorento, valued at $300,000, and the reserve price was $375,000, and Abdullah Juf was the highest bidder, offering $310,000. Range Rover was reserve price for $300,000. There was no bidder. Nissan Pathfinder valued at $600,000. Highest bid was $651,000. The winner was Abdullah M. Toure. So the total reserve price for the vehicles was $2,075,000, and the total amount received was $2,168,000. The respective winners are called on the same day, informing them of their success. This is followed by a formal offer letter on the following working day with 7 days deadline, and the designated account at EcoBank Limited that the payment should be made to. The second sets of vehicles. So I'm reading from page 4. Clearance. Included as part of handing over from Augustus Prom, a representative from the Ministry of Justice presented an inventory list to us with fixed assets of KGI International. Included in the inventory that was signed by both Augustus Prom and the Aegis office were fully depreciated vehicles parked at the rear end of the Future Lake building. The receiver was approached by the car garage Kabiru Dabo, who is a tenant at the Future Lake building, to purchase the scrap vehicles as spare parts. The vehicles were assessed and valued by Mr. Momodu Mambure, who also supported the JANNEH Commission during the sales of vehicles. The valuation was used as a basis for the reserve price. We approached a few other garages for their interest in the vehicles, namely Breckwald, Coker, Kara Abdullah JANNEH. With results and evaluation, a total of 2 offers were received. Evaluation was used as a basis for the reserve price and sold to the highest bidder for $310,000, being the highest bid amount. There was a Renault truck with a reserve price of $140,000, Lexus with a reserve price of $120,000, Equinox with $30,000 reserve price, and Mazda $40,000, giving a total of $330,000. And the highest bid for all of them was $310,000. The winner was called on the same day, informing of his success. This is followed by a formal offer on the following working day with a 7-day deadline and the designated account at the EcoBank. The third set of vehicles. We received clearance from the Aegis office to sell the BPI vehicles. BPI were the managers of Ocean Bay in those days. There are vehicles that were parked at Ocean Bay. 6 of the 10 vehicles were sold as is to West Africa Leisure Group, Ocean Bay, for $1 million. So when we talked about 13, I think we didn't count these 6, so it's 13 plus 6, making it 19. So the deed of conveyance was prepared and executed by both parties and dispatched accordingly. 2 offers were received for the remaining 4 vehicles. They were assessed and valued by Mr. Momodu Mambure, who also supported the JANNEH Commission during their sale of vehicles. The valuation was used as a basis for the reserve price and sold to the highest bidder for $385, being the highest bid amount. So there was a BMW 750L, reserve price of $250,000, and the highest bid received was $140. Renault Kangoo, $50,000, the highest bid was $80,000. Renault Dacia, $50,000 was the reserve price, and $75,000 was what was the bid amount. And issue van, $120,000 was the reserve price. So the total amount for those vehicles as a block was $470,000, and the highest bid amount was 385,000. The winner was called on the same day, informing of his success. So that's the sales of the vehicles.
All right. What purpose was the guide price supposed to serve in the sale?
It's really like an indicative price, so you can get plus or minus.
Okay.
So it's like to really guide you as to what the bidder should be thinking about when they are bidding, and also as a receiver what you are expecting. But it also depends on the competition. I mean, the more people are competing for a particular asset, the tendency of getting the guide price is much likely or exceeding it from experience.
It does not look like there were a lot of people bidding for these vehicles.
They were scrapped.
That's not the point here. The point is, from the look of things, from the report, I mean, sometimes you have one person bidding. Wasn't it advertised?
It was advertised. All of them.
How long was it advertised for before the sale?
For the first one, I believe it said that it was advertised effective 11 September and a deadline of 19 September. But also in advertising, we had also approached garages to tell them that this is on offer for them to look at it, to give opportunity for more bidders.
Okay. So do we say now essentially it's the mechanics that you approached that were the ones that bought these people?
No. They were not.
What was the purpose of approaching these mechanics?
So that they will look at it and then see how they will buy it at a good price, and then because that is their job, probably they will buy the spare parts, add value, and then sell it at a profit. But I guess they didn't see making too much money out of that.
So they were advertised for a week and then sold. Were they also advertised on the website? Or you did not deem these ones important enough to be placed on the website?
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the conclusion, because really they were tired assets. But I will also, sorry, the BPI vehicles, they were not advertised.
They were not advertised at all?
No, they were direct negotiation, because you know, there was a management company, and they were asked to leave. And Social Security wanted access to those vehicles to continue the operations. So that's why we had a direct negotiations with them to sell it to them.
So the lease was terminated?
Yes.
Okay. And then these vehicles had belonged to the hotel?
To the management company.
To the management company?
For running the hotels.
Okay. And at the time they were leaving, you decided to sell, or Social Security decided these vehicles should be sold?
No. So because the assets of the management company was part of the receivership.
Okay.
But because they were using it to operate the hotels, they approached us and said that for their own operations, if we can negotiate and so that they can buy those vehicles directly. So we had an indicative valuation, and then back and forth, and got an offer that we could accept.
So it was BPI that bought these.
No, no.
There was a new company now. Is it?
When they left,
yes,
the assets reverted back to Social Security.
Yeah.
So Social Security, they have a manager running the hotels on their behalf. So you're going to say indirectly it was Social Security. Because it was bought by Osbe.
Okay. Let me see whether I understand this properly. The management company that was around at the time, BPI, owned these vehicles.
Yes.
Is it 5? Let's see how many vehicles they were.
There were 10, and
Yes.
six were sold to West African Leisure Group, which is Ocean Bay.
The new management for Ocean Bay. So 6 vehicles owned by BPI. The lease was terminated, and they left behind these vehicles when they were leaving the country. The assets ordinarily went back to Social Security, and now a new management company is in West Africa Leisure Group. And now these vehicles were being used by BPI, will still continue to be used by this new company, and then eventually you had to sell these vehicles. Do we say the directive for the sale this time came from Social Security rather than the AG?
No, probably let me explain again. Okay, so BPI were managing
the hotel.
The hotels, and at some point their assets reverted to the receiver. So now when they left, another company owned by, I think here it says West African Leisure Group. So I believe it must be a company owned by Social Security. So the hotels were being managed on behalf of Social Security, and they requested that since these hotels, these assets were being used for the operation of the hotel, if they can approach us directly to acquire the assets. So we entered into direct negotiation and agreed with them on the price.
Were these vehicles roadworthy?
Yes, because the 6, that's why they wanted to acquire them, so that they can continue their operations.
Sorry, you were saying?
They were roadworthy, hence the reason why they appealed to acquire them, so that their operations will continue.
So all these 6 vehicles were sold for a total of $1 million.
Yes.
Was the valuation done before the sale, or you just decided to sell them as a bulk for $1 million?
I need to get back to you on this. I'm not sure whether these 6 also were valued, or we just offered to them. I'll give you a definitive answer before the end of this session today.
From the report, it says that the clearance for sale for the vehicle.
We received clearance from AG's office.
That's what it says. We received clearance from the AG's office to sell the BPI vehicles parked at Ocean Bay. And then you have the table for the 4 vehicles, but there were 10 in total.
Yes.
So This clearance, is it for the 4 or for
The clearance
all the 10?
will be for the 10.
All 10.
Yes.
And this one as well, was the clearance received also informally by a phone call, or
No, usually clearance usually are in writing.
they'll be in writing?
Yeah, even if it is even if we discuss it, usually they'll follow it up with an email to confirm.
To confirm before you would conduct the fair.
Yes.
And you stated a deed of conveyance was prepared for the vehicle.
Yes.
Was this the only instance where a deed of conveyance is prepared for the vehicle?
I believe for the other vehicles as well.
For the other vehicles?
So that they can have title.
Normally, if you sell a car, would you need a deed of conveyance, or wouldn't a sale agreement and then the transfer that the police do be sufficient?
I guess probably at the time the lawyer, his fees was paid by the previous receiver, and he was just continuing
The service.
the service. Yeah.
Okay. But this is just for the BPI vehicle, or for all the vehicles that
All the-
were eventually sold?
All the vehicles.
We're all prepared. The transfer was all done by that lawyer paid for by the previous receiver.
Yes, I believe so. For the vehicles.
Counsel,
Yes,
quickly,
Honorable Chief.
quickly, one important question.
Yes, please.
Can you just help us? Maybe the witness can confirm. We're talking about the BPI vehicles.
Yes, right now we're
As
talking
in the
about,
report, yeah.
that is page 3 of,
Page 5.
sorry, is it?
That
Hold on.
is
Let me confirm.
the letter with attention, Finbenka. Tell you when you're referring to.
It's page 25
We cannot see. We
from
cannot see the
volume
page.
1 of the,
There is another one I am looking at. It's addressed to the Solicitor General and Legal Secretary. Is that the
oh,
one?
yes, you look, is it dated 22nd February? Is that the one you're looking at?
Yes, 22nd February 2001.
2021.
2020. Oh, sorry, 2021. Yes.
Yes. We've not gotten to that document yet, but the one we're looking at is from volume 1 of his submission. The first one.
Yeah, I think exactly that's the one.
Yes,
I'm looking
but
at.
we're not as far gone as you are into the document. We're
Okay.
just looking at page 25.
Okay, I was just going to ask for quick clarification with the BPI,
Yes, please.
just for clarity, because it seems you were asking about the valuation, and you said you needed to look into that. So
Yeah.
I was just going to ask, maybe BPI has a meaning. I don't know, because we do not have it in the book anywhere, so that we can correspond that with the valuation that we have in the book. I don't know. Do you have any idea?
Yes.
Is it?
Let me find out. I think it's business. Let me just check. So what it says is BPI Tourism. Yeah.
That's the
Name of the company that was managing Ocean Bay.
BPI Tourism. Okay, is the name of the company.
Yes.
So the vehicles are owned by BPI.
Yes. BPI Tourism.
Can some,
All right.
you can proceed.
Yeah.
We cannot confirm the name though. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it will be important.
I think
to get the full name.
we will task the investigators to
Perfect.
find out.
That's fine. Okay.
All right. Uh, Mr. Barry, I don't know. Do you have a copy of your submissions to the committee with you?
Not the full.
You don't have everything. There's a part of your submission. It's starts at page 24. It says report on receiver trustee activities as at 8th May 2025. What you're reading from, that's from that document. That's where I'm looking at, and we're looking at theoretically the same content. It's marked broken down vehicle.
Yeah, the vehicle.
Well, it's titled to broken down vehicle. However, not all the vehicles are broken down, are they?
in
That are
terms
mentioned
of-
in this report.
in this report. No, not all of them are broken down. For example, like Nissan, the Nissan Pathfinders were not broken down. Hence,
Why
well,
the report marked broken down?
I think it was deliberate
Okay.
because, you know, with the agitation and the noise about the JAMMEH assets, you know, when you mention
Noise.
yeah,
Was it noise or was it citizens' concern?
citizens' concern, to put it professionally.
All right.
So when you mention about vehicles, the image that people have is JAMMEH's motorcade.
Not necessarily.
Well, for me, that's, you know, when you mention, that's what I would have in my bit of Pajeros, bit of Hummers, etc. So we said, look, let's give it a description so that people understand. It's different from those vehicles. So these are mostly vehicles that, it's only actually the BPI vehicles that were functioning. The others were sent to Future Lake Building for repairs. So I guess that's why we also call them broken down vehicles, because I don't think most of them were working. And that's why, hence, we sold them in two lots. And even the mechanics wouldn't buy them to repair them.
Okay, but it's a total of 19 vehicles and about 8 of them were functioning.
Once, from the BPI list.
And the Pathfinder.
Yeah, those are part of BPI, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they all 19.
They are part of the 19.
So we say 8 out of the 19 were functioning vehicles, roadworthy.
Yes.
Cannot call the report for broken down vehicles. Then we
Well, that's the way we choose to describe it.
issued receipts, or is
Yeah.
it that after the deposit at the bank, the slip the bank gave them was sufficient, or did you issue receipts?
No,
as
we
well?
always issue them receipts.
Okay. In addition to the deed of conveyance.
The receipts comes before
The deed.
Yeah.
They were also done in the, is it the bidding, post bidding process? All these vehicles? Was that how the sale was conducted?
Yeah.
Okay.
But in this instance, we didn't open it. From my reading this, it seems that it was opened just with the staff of the receiver, not with.
Not with the usual going to the AG's office.
Yeah.
Why was this different?
I guess because the values really were not significant.
The money was not important.
No, it wasn't significant.
Okay.
It was important, but it wasn't significant. If you look at it in the scheme of things,
We dealt with more significant amount.
certain.
So there was no need for AG to have, or his team to have
An
look
oversight.
or an oversight on this. I mean, it's a little over $3 million, the total amount. All right. So the staff of the receiver were the ones that opened these. The total, the vehicles sold to West Africa Leisure Group were not valued. That's what you said, right?
No, I said I'll
You have to confirm.
have to confirm.
Okay. But the others, they were valued.
Others were
The
valued.
other set of vehicles were valued. Again, by Mr. Mambure.
One set by Mr. Mambure, the other set by Mr. M.M. Coker Garage. The first set by M.M. Coker, the second lot
Okay.
by Mr. Mambure.
And the bids, the set valued by MM Coker, the bids were also sent to MM Coker, were submitted to MM Coker.
Yes, and then we went to pick it up from, because the vehicles were there
Where?
at M.M. Coker's,
Okay.
so that people can inspect them.
They were located at his mechanic, at his
The
shop,
garage
at his garage
in Kolole.
in Kolo. One of the vehicles, the Range Rover, let me just confirm. It looks like it wasn't sold.
Yes, it's still there.
Why is this the case?
I guess it's the state of
Of,
this,
of
yeah.
the vehicle. It's still not sold after 6 years.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would buy it, because probably what you need, what they would look at is the amount of money you would need to spend, and these are the old type of Range Rovers.
To this day, you can confirm that this vehicle is still standing at MM Coker's mechanic
No,
garage
at Future Lake.
at Future Lake. Okay. This set of vehicles were at Future Lake, or was it
All the vehicles were at Future Lake,
all of them?
except the BPI ones. They were at Ocean Bay.
So it was during the sale process they were moved to Mr. Coker's,
Yes, so that they can inspect it there.
so that the interested persons can do the inspections and submit their
Yeah.
bids to Mr. Coker. Okay. Interesting. But this is the only outstanding vehicle that has not been sold, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So apart from Mr. Coker's services, you did not need to obtain the services of any other private individual for the sale of the vehicle?
Mr. Mambure for the valuation.
Well, Mr. Coker and Mr. Mambre. And then just like the other set of, or the other class of assets, eventually, you did not do any verification for the buyer. I mean, for West Africa Leisure Group, we can understand that they're the management company for the hotels.
No, to the best of my knowledge, we haven't done any verification.
I don't think we'll finish early. Let me just tell you that.
No problem.
We have 6 classes of assets, so we've only dealt with 2.
All right, let's proceed. The other ones, I'm sure very soon we'll finish with the vehicles.
We're almost done with the vehicles, but there's something about the vehicles, especially the ones that belong to BPI,
Yeah.
that is, I have a little concern about these vehicles. These vehicles were owned by BPI, managing the hotels, Ocean Bay and Sunset. Is it Sun Beach?
Yes.
And then at the end of the investigations of the commission and everything, these hotels will return to Social Security. So now my concern is, why are you as receiver selling assets belonging to the hotel?
No, it didn't
Well,
belong. It didn't
to the
belong
management of the hotel,
no, to the management company,
BPI.
and which was a separate legal entity from the hotels.
Yes, but
But
these
there's-
vehicles were still being used for the management of the hotel
Yes.
in the day-to-day running and functions of the hotel.
Yes, but they were not bought by the hotels.
They were bought by the BPI,
BPI, the management company.
and BPI left these vehicles behind.
Yes.
Did you perhaps try to find out why BPI left these vehicles behind when they were leaving the country?
They were declared as close associates of the former president.
And that is why the vehicles couldn't just be left with the hotels to continue their function.
I'm not getting clearly on that.
I mean, the vehicles were bought for the management of the hotel. They were being used so that the hotel can execute its duties or activities efficiently, weren't they? They were being used in the day-to-day running of the hotel.
Well, I believe probably the Nissan Pathfinder as well. The Nissan Pathfinders, the ones that we are sold, I guess they were used by for their personal use.
They were for the management's personal use and not for the hotel.
No, I believe the ones that we sold to the hotel, they said they needed it for the operations of the hotel. That's why we negotiated with the director.
Understood. No problem, Honorable Chair. We're at a just closed the second class of assets. Before we get into the third class, I was thinking this is a convenient point to take a break, considering it's 2 p.m. now.
All right, thank you so much, Councillor. It's time for us to take our lunch break and press